Hi, and welcome back to our Guitar Basics series. Hopefully you enjoyed our first video on tuning and you found it helpful. We're going to continue by talking a little bit about chords. So first, how to read chord charts, and then I'm going to go through all of the basic easy chords that your kids or yourself will be covering in their classes or your lessons, so that you've got a reference for how to play them, and how to read the charts that you'll get handed. So the first thing is, if you look right here, you can see a chord chart. And what it does is it shows you the neck of the guitar, as if you were looking at it straight on. And the important thing to remember is that reading from left to right, it goes 6th string first to the lowest string. So the first mistake that a lot of people make is assuming that the string on the left is actually the first string, so they get their chords the wrong way around. So starting here, the first string will be the 6th string, E, and then you go down through all the strings. So you can see this chord here is probably the first chord you'll learn, C. Easy C. So it's got the clear dot where the nut would be, shows you that you'll play open G. Then the dark dot shows that you need to put a finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, which will be C. And then you have another clear dot, so the open 1st string, E. So you see, nice and simple, it just shows you put your finger here. And there you have a C chord. What you might see in some chord charts, not the ones we're using for this example, is X's where the nut would be for strings you don't play. So this chord chart might have X's on the bass strings, 6, 5, and 4. So that means you just strum the top 3 strings. When you get into fuller chords, like a full C, you would see an X just on the 6th string. So you just miss out that bottom string. So now to go through all of the easy chords you'll learn. We had the first one, which was C. Then the next one would be G, which is G open, as you can see there, B open, as you can see there, and then 3rd fret of the 1st string, which you'll want to play with your 3rd finger. Then the next chord you'll learn will be a G7, which is a slightly different sounding version of G. And later on in your lessons and classes, you'll learn the differences between your basic chords and your 7th chords. But you can see in the chart there that it's open G, open B, and then 1st fret of the E string, which is F, here, and then the last of the chords that you can play with one finger is E major. So we've got 1st finger on the 1st fret of the G string, which is G sharp, then open B, then open E. So it sounds like this. Then we get into 2-fingered chords, and the first one we're going to learn is A minor. And you might like to think of getting to an A minor kind of like you have C, an easy C chord. And all you're going to do is add your 2nd finger below it on the 2nd fret of the G string, which is A. So you have 2nd finger on the G, 2nd fret, 1st finger on 1st fret of B, which is C, and then open E. Then we usually pair that with an E minor, which is the easiest chord to play because it's just the open strings. So a nice easy chord to play. Open, open, open. Then we're going to learn A major, which will be first finger on the second fret of the G string, second finger on the second fret of the B string, and then open E. And then lastly, we're going to learn D. Now this one's slightly different because you're only going to play the top two strings. And you can see up there it's just got two dark dots but no open dots. It would be X's on the bottom four strings on another kind of chord chart. So that's going to be second finger on the third fret of the B string and first finger on the second fret of the first string, the E string. So that's D and F sharp. It sounds like that. And just watch out if you play the G string, you get this kind of cool sounding chord, but it's not going to sound right with the songs you're learning right now. So just the top two strings for that one. So just to review all those chords, we have C, G, G7, E, we had A minor, E minor, A, and D. And just one little note about when we're talking about chords, if we just say a letter name like A, G, it implies that it's a major chord because we have a lot more major chords in songs than minor chords. So it's easier just to say A than A major, though every once in a while someone will say A major. I think I said E major one time. And then when it's a minor chord we specify minor, or a seventh chord we specify 7. So hopefully this was helpful to help you read your chord charts and as a reference tool for to see how to finger your chords. Coming up in our next video we're going to do a little thing about reading tab, and I'll give you a little lesson on playing the first couple of tab songs you'll learn in your classes, which would be Brain Stew by Green Day and Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. In future videos we'll probably do one on playing full chords. But this was just for the easy chords. So as always, like the video, share it if you liked it, comment below, let us know what you thought, if you had any extra questions. Hopefully this was helpful. And